Hello everyone, I am Madness Enthusiast or Man of Madness, whatever you want to call me, and today we are going to be reading a book by my good friend Sam. Hello Sam, I know you are watching this because you said you would be watching this, so hi, you're amazing, I love you, platonically. Anyway, I'm just wearing my shirt, allow me to get jacket. Where is jacket? Ah, oh, here it is, jacket. Good day. I like this jacket. Okay. Why am I recording in bed instead of my desk? Because my desk is going under renovations right now. And, just cleaning it off. But I can still record, and terribly sorry for the long wait, but to make up for it, here you go. Here is your Grand Iron Cross and a story called. Now, this book that we're going to be reading today on my school computer is called Red Tides of Rollin, and this is prologue. So this is the pretty much the pilot to this series of us reading this book. Alright, first, alright, here we go. Prologue. When Russian miners came upon lots of stone in the old rickety mines of Siberia, they did not know what to think. They held these white stones in their gloved hands, noticed a faint glow, emitting from their core, as if cluster of fireflies were stuck within. After showing their higher-ups the discovery, they sent these seemingly useless stones to the Kremlin, where scientists studied the stone's properties until one day on May 7th, 2000. Hey, that's my birthday, May 7th, except I was born in 2007. May 7th, 2005, these scientists will make the discovery of the century and possibly the millennium. As it turns out, these stones had the potent chemicals throughout their structure that, when burned, could be used as a source of power, potentially replacing coal due to how slow it burned, and how no toxic fumes were produced as they burned. They had also had a value to them that rivaled silver, gold, even platinum. After their vigorous testing, they named these stones. Okay, this big word, this Russian word sounding word. Alright, so let us try to read this. Alright, here we go. Korsakovium 348, named after the then president Alexander K. Korsakov. However, they would be given a shorter nickname that could roll off the tongue a little more easy. Korsa. Period. Okay, this is so far a really good introduction. I like it. I already read some of this book before because they sent it to me. So yeah, I forgot a lot of it. So this is kind of a first read again, but I definitely remember this part of the Corsa. Alright. Next, and this prologue is 3 full pages long, with a little bit at the end. So, next, now then, like, subscribe, and comment. I forgot to say that. And if you don't like this book, then, well, sucks to suck. You have terrible taste. But please give this chance and send all credit to Sam. I will relay all the comments. Don't worry. Alright. Now then, let us keep reading. As a result of Korsa's discovery, many more mines were opened in Russia, and many other countries followed suit, finding more and more Korsa as time passed. Many cities across the world made switch from coal and other power sources to this powerful stone. Everything was well until 2 weeks later, on May 21st, the United States discovered an island between Russia and Alaska, and belonged to the nation and no tribe, which after 5 days of mining came upon the biggest load of Korsa to date. Unfortunately, this discovery would start a long conflict between Russia and the United States, because Russia claimed the island belonged to them because they had discovered Corsa first, while America insisted that it was theirs because of how close the land was to Alaska. As a result, the president at the time, Gerald P. Gomez, eliminated our bills and gave big Corsa rocks to cities and towns, which helped garner support from his followers, while losing support from power companies. While Korsakov used the rocks, he had to upgrade the tanks and other machinery, which Gomez did immediately after this. This tennis match of display of power would go on for 3 years, until that fateful summer day when Korsakov finally had enough. Ooh, this is getting good. This is actually really getting good. I like this a lot. On August 12th, 2008, Korsakov... Actually, I would have been 1 year old by this. So I would be dead in this universe. I am dead in this universe. On August 12th, 2008, Korsakov would invite Gomez to Moscow to discuss a deal in which they would divide Corsica on the island amongst themselves. One half for Russia, the other half for the United States. Gomez agreed to the deal and signed it in front of an international television, believing that the bickering amongst themselves was finally over. It was a fake document. No legitimate deal was made. It was a ploy to lure the rabbit Gomez from a safe little enclosure in Washington, D.C. and out into Korsakov's den in Moscow. Alright, next page. After Gomez signed the deal, he and Korsakov sat in the Russian president's office to share a drink of liquor. Fun fact, Bismarck and Ulysses S. Grant met in Berlin and had drink. Only for Gomez's glass to be laced with finely ground hemlock. 3 days later, on August 15, 2008, Gomez would arrange a speech in front of millions of supporters and officials to celebrate the agreement. When during the middle of the speech, Gomez would drop to the floor, unconscious, leaving the attendees to faint and scream at the president, while Secret Service and guards rushed him to the nearest hospital. Unfortunately, neither the doctors nor the surgeons could save him, and Gerald Gomez would be pronounced dead at 4:35 p.m. The cause of death: assassination by poisoning. Christopher J. Morals would be sworn in that very night. After the oath of office was taken, the first action Morals did as president was declare war on Russia during an address to the nation. A war that would last decades. This is great. This is really great. Yeah, my hands are very cold. This is amazing. Amazing storytelling, the action and the fake names. And I like this. However, one thing, if this does become popular, it could end up sparking some kind of thing with Russia and United States. It is very possible. So, yeah. That could happen. Let me put these down here. My headphones were getting in the way. Here. In my mask. Okay, I'm not going to sit like this longer. I'm going to sit up like this. So you guys can see my pretty mask face. And then, continue video. Look up, that's Polish flag up there. This Russian flag. I might have showed you that already, but who cares? See it again. Alright, next paragraph. But with this war came scientific discoveries, newly invented chemicals, sound wave manipulation, and wonder pills that could replace meals. All of these brilliant findings were discovered within the labs scattered around the US in places like Dallas, Jackson, Raleigh, DC, and Halifax. But one lab hosted one project that can help the military tremendously. That lab in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and the project was codenamed Project Prometheus, led by America's leading man in robotics and cybernetics, Frederick Del Johannessen. This project sought to upgrade soldiers with cybernetic arms, legs, eyes, and whatever needed to be replaced in order to make them better after America's horrific defeat in the Battle of Baja 2024. Also known more accurately as the Slaughter of Baja. There's more than 2,000 American soldiers, 1,245 civilians, and 986 Japanese soldiers whom were allied with America after a deal that they would support them were brutally slaughtered by Russian soldiers, led by a man named General Ivan Sergei Malenkov, known more commonly to civilians as the Russian Devil. Nice. I know a bit of details about Malenkov. He's a really good character, I gotta say. He's pretty scary. Really scary. I gotta get this one. Blood. Sorry, I gotta fix my mask. Дырка. Okay, Russian Devil. Alright, next burger. Right? Project Prometheus would prove to be a success, as Americans would win Battle of Siberia by a landslide after the cybernetic upgrades were instated, helping the men both on and off of the battlefield. For the first time since the beginning of the war, things finally seemed to be looking out for the Americans, as they want more and more operations to come. But what they did not know was that Russia was cooking something up within their own labs that would help them take out the rest of the soldiers and would-bes. Spikers. Spikers, named after the lead researcher Boris Spike Ivanov, were a horrific amalgamation of Jekyll, beer, and mantis DNA, with fur black as peach or an oil slick. Long pointy ears, piercing white eyes that glowed dimly along the tree lines, pointed blood-stained teeth that could split an entire pig in half with one snap of his jaws. Well, wouldn't it then be more like hyena? Hyena have a strong bite. Sharp as sword and claws as sharp as a surgeon's scalpel, spliced and bred for one purpose, and only one purpose: to maim, maul, mutilate, and kill Americans and her allies. And on December 31st, 2031, these creatures would do just that. They tear apart American soldier and civilian alike, wherever they were released, from the sandy beaches of California, the dry deserts of Arizona, the swampy wetlands of the Louisiana, and the snowy terrain of Wisconsin to the snow-blanketed Washington, D.C. No man, woman, or child was spared from the wrath and havoc that these horrors caused unless they hid and not made a sound. The capital was hit most by them. However, as they charged advanced into the White House with its inhabitants, the Russians, seeing the carnage, were satisfied and confident that they had won the war, that the island's precious resources were theirs for the taking. But no one would win, as in the moments before President Edward Wookfork. That's quite a bit of a mouthful. Okay, this is good. President Edward Wookfork and the First Lady Emilia Woodfork were eaten alive by the beast. Edward would press the button that would launch the nukes toward Moscow and other cities. Korsakov would attempt to retaliate, but to no avail. The silos were neglected. The silos were inactive due to neglect. I can't speak words, sorry Sam, I'm butchering your book. My head's itchy. It's a very itchy head I'm wearing. But I do it for you. I like drip. All that Korsakov would do now was to rush his fallout shelter and wait it out. Okay, but one question. Okay, so it says this is. Let me go back a few pages. Okay, so 2005 was when Korsakov was in office, right? And 2008, and now 2031, and he's still in office. How old is Korsakov? That is my question. How old is he? He should not be alive this long. If he is a Russian president, then he's probably in his 40s, around 2005. Alright. Now then, to keep reading this lovely book. This is a really good book, I like. The blast would destroy everything in its path. Windows were broken, buildings that could not withstand the nuclear fire were swept away along with their foundations, or at least broken in half. And anyone caught outside were either vaporized or burned, or at the very least poisoned by radiation. 2 days would pass, and Korsakov would emerge from the shelter, wearing a heavy radiation suit, making way to the town of Zelenograd, to see if anyone had survived. When he finally arrived, he found that there were indeed people living here. He took his helmet from his suit off, expected the greeting with open arms by the survivors. His head was grabbed. The strongest man stripped him of his radiation suit and tied to 2 street lamps, one wrist tied to each pole. The survivors screamed in pain and agony and rage at the man, while children, with arms, legs, and even eyes covered in bloody bandages, walked up to the man asking why. Korsakov did not have answer for these poor souls. They remained silent. The teens and younger adults, however, threw rocks at Korsakov and kicked and punched, slapped and scratched, and beat whatever part of him they could hurt, while taking pocket knives, tearing Korsakov. Oh my god, his next part's little gruesome. I like drip, so this hurts me a lot. While taking pocket knives and tearing Korsakov's lavish deep blue suit apart for the bandages. Ugh! Hurts. I like drip a lot. I like suits. Them in their young. After 7 hours, he would succumb to his injuries, and on January 22nd. Okay, okay. Here is first bit more criticism. Okay, so it says here. You can't see, but look on January 2nd. It says January 2nd instead of January 2nd, 2023. January 2nd. I see you. Next, you're going to put thrice. January thrice. Yet. Okay. Now then, let's keep reading. Alexander Korsakov had passed away, still tied to the street lamps as a warning. 2 once powerful nations died as quickly as 2023 was born, and the world was forever changed. It would take 7 years for America to get back up and wipe the gravel from its face, but by then no one was interested in becoming the United States once more. Instead, cities and communities governed themselves. In the end, all the survivors wanted was a sense of normalcy, to have children, a stable job, food on the table. Frederick Johannesson and the rest of the scientists were no strangers for this longing. In fact, after the war, he settled down in the town of Arabi, Louisiana, to take care of his 8-year-old adopted daughter Olivia, and to rest in retirement. For the first time since the Spiker invasion, life seemed to be finally looking up for the man. At least, that's what he thought. Get the clap up in chat. I wish I could post the link for this book. However, I can't because it's school computer, and you can't send anything outside the school district. That includes my computer, so yeah, this was amazing book. Samuel did great job writing it, and I'm going to be reading a chapter and I'm going to be doing a series dedicated to this book. Red tide's rolling. The red tide is certainly rolling in. You know, that reminds me of the time I got sucked up under a wave once. Anyway, see you later. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye bye.